The Kiss is a 1988 horror film from director Penn Densham, filmed in Canada for about $2.5 million. The movie's like a combination of Angel Heart and The Hidden. The movie begins in the Congo in 1963. A young girl named Felice is getting on a train with her Aunt Irene, leaving behind her sister Hillary and her father. While on the train, Irene shows Felice the Mick Jagger Voodoo idol. Felice falls asleep and Irene kisses her on the mouth and transfers some sort of demon into her. Irene is now shriveled and dead, and Felice is evil. 25 years later in New York, a 16-year-old girl named Amy is getting her confirmation, and then the priest tells her to make him a sandwich. Afterwards, her family is having a confirmation pool party. Maybe the best place for the grill is not directly under the bug zapper. We find out that Amy's mom is Hillary from the beginning of the movie. Hillary gets a phone call from her estranged sister Felice telling her it's time and she needs to see her. Felice is upset because the demon parasite thing that's been living inside her needs to be transferred to a female of the same bloodline every 25 years or so. Amy and her friend Heather are flirting with Terry, the cake delivery guy.
Oh, shit.
What?
I lost my stud.
No, you didn't. You had it right until you put your hand on it. Oh, this must be that elaborate way to pick up girls by throwing your earring into their cake.
You got it?
Was there a reward?
That's not even a little bit hygienic. Hillary knows that Felice is going to put the demon thing into her, so she goes to buy a gun to kill her so it doesn't happen. Unfortunately, she gets hit by a truck before she's able to do that. All I can say here is, youch. Well, if she survives, she could always be Heather Mills at Halloween. At Hillary's funeral, Amy sees Felice but doesn't know who she is. 5 months later, Amy's going for a swim and talking to Jack, her father. I'm not sure what this look is implying, other than the fact that Jack is thinking about fucking his daughter. Amy is talking with her neighbor and family friend, Brenda. She goes with her father to visit her mother's grave, and while there, she runs into Felice. Felice introduces herself to the family, and she goes back to the house with them to talk about Hillary. Some scenes of Amy swimming. While there, we find out that Felice is a single fashion model. Jack invites Felice to stay with them while she's in New York. You know, it's very nice of him to invite a woman that he barely knows to stay in the house with them, but that's because she looks like this. If she looked like Kirstie Alley, I'm pretty sure he would have left her at the cemetery. While at the mall, Amy and Heather visit Terry.
Charming.
See the kid, he wants bones coming out of its mouth. You know, like it just ate his parents.
Oh, well, obviously. Heather gets her necklace caught and is cut up really bad.
Man, there's not a year goes by, not a year, that I don't read about some escalator accident involving some bastard kid that could have been easily avoided had some parent, I don't care which one, but some parent conditioned him to fear and respect that escalator.
Amy comes home to find her father and Felice packing up her mother's stuff to give it to charity. She's upset by this and storms out. In fact, she's so pissed off she goes outside and does yard work. More scenes of Amy swimming. That's some pretty ominous music for a pool cleaner. Amy investigates Felice's room. I'm starting to think the director may have a foot fetish. She finds the weird statue from earlier and some voodoo-looking artifacts. Amy tells her father that she doesn't like Felice, so he asks her to move out. Jack hears a noise in the kitchen and is attacked by a mutant cat. While Amy's at school, Felice seduces her father. For some reason, this makes Amy hallucinate and have her period all over her desk.
Amy?
Amy confides in Terry about Felice and he investigates her hotel room. He drops his earring and Felice sicks her mutant cat on him. Felice goes after Amy, but then she hides out in a church. I don't even want to know what they do with this choir boy. Felice captures Amy and takes her back to the house so she can perform the kiss ritual. Jack goes to rescue Amy, but Felice intercepts and rapes him. Brenda comes to help, but then she's attacked by the mutant cat. Amy wakes up and escapes. Brenda fries the cat in the bug zapper. Felice's stunt woman breaks through the window and chases after them. They knock over a propane tank and it shoots fire all over the place. Felice traps Amy and tries to transfer the parasitic demon thing, which not surprisingly looks like the statue. Amy's dad saves her and pulls the thing out of her mouth. Felice's body then rots away. Everyone gets out of the pool, the propane tank explodes, and kills this snake demon parasite thing. Or does it? Well, they never made a sequel, so yes. This movie had two major things going for it: the sultry looks of Joanna Pacula and the vulnerable innocence of Meredith Salinger. The two actresses played off each other very well, and their chemistry really helped to sell the picture. The fact that they're both ridiculously hot didn't hurt either. For the voodoo scenes later in the film, the special effects crew tried various types of body paint, and nothing worked. Finally, Joanna Pacula covered herself in chocolate sauce, and this is what they ended up using. The director was not particularly happy with the way the demon cat looked, but unfortunately with their budget and time constraints, they had to work with what they had. Out of everyone involved in this movie, there was one person who went on to become incredibly successful. No, not the lovely Meredith Salinger, sadly, but Terry, played by Sean Levy. Aside from the kiss, he was also in Zombie Nightmare with John Mickle Thor and Adam West. However, this was not what made him successful. On top of becoming a very successful producer, he went on to direct Cheaper by the Dozen, the two Night of the Museum movies, Date Night, and the upcoming Real Steel, which looks like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, the movie. While I personally am not a fan of his movies, especially the Pink Panther remake, he's not a bad director, he just directs bad, albeit incredibly successful movies. The scene early on with the pool was a real backyard, which they duplicated in a studio to shoot the pool fight and explosion at the finale. This is one of those movies that I watched numerous times when I was younger. I'm not gonna lie to you. The reasons why? Repeatedly topless Joanna Pacula, and Meredith Salinger in a white bathing suit.
I want some Fritos. I want a fucking Diet Coke.
Look, there's a machine down the hall. I'll get you a Coke, but you've got to calm down.